Hi everyone, and welcome to the Wannabe Gardener. So today I am a very, very happy gardener. Well, a happy wannabe gardener, because I have got compost. I never thought I'd be so delighted to get some compost in my entire life, but there we go. It's always nice to get some compost because you can do some planting, etc. So, but it's extra specially good during lockdown when it's certainly not a priority, and I totally understand that. So just to finally get some in the store, I was very happy about. I was like a kid in a candy store. Although I won't be eating the compost, I might be eating what I grow with the compost. So now, as you can see, I've got little plant pots here. So we're over in planting corner because I'm going to be planting stuff today, which I'm very, very happy about. This compost feels a bit dry. Oh dear. It's probably rubbish compost, but hey ho. It's, well, it says it's good for seeds, good for vegetables. It's a known brand. I'm not here to promote any brands or anything like that. So it got good reviews. So in fact, it got very, very good reviews. It got like top marks. So here's hoping. Right, I forgot to put some little piece of pottery in there, which will be good for drainage. So I'm going to go out and get some now. There we go. Because of my organisation, or my beginning organisation, I had some right to hand. Just breaking little bits off. Now the first thing I'm going to plant is, and you've seen me plant this before, is garlic. Now what I did, obviously I had it in the heavy clay soil. I dug them up, they didn't grow at all. In fact, there was one clove had a long root on it, which I'll show you. The other one's nothing. Then I put them into water. I dug them up, I was going to throw them away, but then, or compost them. But then I actually had a look, and I said, oh, you know what, I'll put them in water and just see what happens. And actually, some of them sprouted some roots. Here's the one with the long root. So what I'm going to try and do today is I'm going to plant them in these pots with actual decent compost, and let's see if they take off. Here's hoping. Get my gloves. And a self-made dipper. I need new gloves. That's my first tip of the day. Don't buy cheap gloves. Don't buy ultra expensive ones, just buy ones that are going to, last a bit longer than about 2 days. This compost is looking very dry. In fact, you know what? It'd be just easier without gloves. To me, it has a weird texture. Very weird, extremely light. I know, but everybody said it was good, so. Right. It's another clove with some roots. I'm going to use my dipper. You're supposed to plant these about 1 inch down. So that's what I've done. And now I'm going to fill it up. Put some compost, top it up. And then I don't have a watering can to hand, but what I'll do is when I've planted the ones that have roots on them, then I will water them after that. Number 1. There's 3 in total, so I'll actually do this in real time. If I can find a pot that's not smashed to bits. I need some smaller bits of pottery in the bottom of it. So I'm going to break these. Oh, there we go. I've always been told that this does help with drainage, so I assume so. It leaves an air pocket in the end. If you know any different, let me know. I'd appreciate it. Right. We're going to have to dig quite deep for this one because it's got a really long root, and I don't want to break the root. It doesn't have many more. It's got little ones starting to come out as well. So there we go. Place it in gently. And then fill it up. Number 2. And last one. It's the behemoth. The biggest one of the lot. It's kind of like a double clove. So, I'm going to use my thumb for that. Make sure I give it plenty of space. Placing it in. Topping it up. Job done. So just the watering needed, and here's hoping we have a lot better results than last time, which was no results pretty much, except that long root. That was it. Right, now onto pumpkins. Yes, this is not deja vu. This is actually me growing some more pumpkins. The reason why is the first set I've grown, which I've shown you previously, have done decent, I have to say. So I grew them in the clay soil. I mixed in some wood chip that I have as mulch, and they're doing all right. I mean, I believe, thinking back, that they are in there, well, they actually were planted on the 31st of March. So they've got an established second leaf with other leaves starting to show, little buds starting to show, so they're doing all right. I have nothing to compare it to, so I could not say they are doing well, because I really don't know. Is the clay soil a factor? I'm sure it is. Is it stopping them from maximizing their growth? I don't know. All of these things, you know, they would be just conjecture in my mind, thinking about it. So what I'm doing today is another test. So I'm going to plant some more. Now, it's always good and always advisable, and I've learned from reading since I've started, because as I say, I want to learn as much as possible, that it's always good to grow more than you need. Because you're going to have some disasters along the way, you know, disease or pests. Wait for the train. Yeah, disease or pests are going to, you know, bite into the plants that you've got out there already. They're going to possibly destroy some of them. There can be accidents, too much water, who knows. You know, you're going to lose some plants along the way. Just one of them is a run to the I guess, and doesn't grow very well, who knows. So it's always good to have some in reserve. So I'm going to plant another 6, and at the end of the day I'm just going to give them away. I'm just going to put a sign pretty much out in the front green and say, you know, if they all grow and they're all successful, I'm just going to say free pumpkins. So, you know, I don't think anybody's going to be unhappy about a free pumpkin. So there we go. Anyway, just preparing the pots at the moment. Kind of run out of small pots, so get some slightly bigger ones. Oh, probably not ideal for seedlings, but needs must. Again, I'm not going to travel out unnecessarily to get pots when I've got some already, and they grow quite rapidly, and maybe in the compost even more rapidly, so I'll say replanting them, or repotting them, should I say. Now, there we go. Now the difference I've done is the last ones that I planted, obviously I planted in the soil that I've just mentioned, clay soil with wood chip that was very tacky, very heavy. This is obviously much lighter, so it's the compost that I've just got and that I just bought. And also the seeds are not desiccated this time. What I did is I soaked them overnight, so they are actually quite soft and feel really good actually. So I think I've maximised conditions for them. I really do. So we'll see, does it make a difference? Is it a fair test? No, because I haven't, if it was a scientific test, would it be a fair test? No, because I've changed 2 conditions. You know, I haven't just changed one. Normally in a fair test, what you would do is you would, for instance, in this case, you would change the soil. What I've done is I've actually changed 2 factors. I've changed the soil and I've rehydrated the seeds. So, well, hey, I wanted them to grow quicker. So I'm not going to say sorry for it. But there we go. I'm just placing it like that, like I did last time. Maybe there's an optimal way to put them in. I don't know whether I should put the point downwards. If you do know, please let me know. Something I should have checked. I might check if I do plan to grow any more. So that's 2 of them planted. So that's what I'm doing, just placing it in and then topping it up with soil. Again, I'll put more water, or I'll water these in. Now, I won't show you the other ones. I'll just get back to you when I've finished with a lot of them. Right, so there we go, all planted, 7 in total, and actually inadvertently I've created a test, like a, not a scientific test, well a gardening test essentially. In the bigger pots I put in some little bits of pottery etc. to help with drainage, and the little ones I forgot, in most of them anyway. I think one only I did, so it might be interesting to see, or it will be interesting to see if they grow better with that drainage in them. Just got to obviously water them down, and actually I'm going to put them inside on the windowsill to maximise for growth. Now, something else I did. A wee while back I had, what did I have? I had Savoy cabbage for dinner, and I hadn't had cabbage in ages. But I put in some, well, I won't tell you about the ingredients, but I put in a stock cube with it and vegetable stock cube, and oh my gosh, it was absolutely beautiful. It was a delight to have it. And then I thought to myself, you know what, I've seen some videos where they put in the ends of vegetables and get them to grow again. Now, it must be said, if you put in a root vegetable or an onion and you put the end in, you will possibly, if it grows, you will possibly get the onion leaf growing, and you can use that and eat that. Don't take my word for it, check it out on the internet or in books, and it should tell you that's right. Some of these ones, so if you take the end of leafy vegetables, they will actually grow again. Now whether it grows a full head like a Savoy cabbage does, like that's kind of almost rugby ball shape, I doubt. But it will. There are, as you can see on that one, there are new little sprouts coming out here, here, etc., just all the way around. And it's got a proper little root system on it. So I was actually delighted with that. Now, as I said, I'm not sure, I don't know whether it will grow into a full Savoy cabbage. I think it will be just these little ones that will sprout out, and I can use those leaves. How big it grows, I don't know, but it's an experiment anyway, so I'm not particularly worried about it. You know, it's just a bit of fun. It's getting things growing. So I don't have another pot, I just realised. So I've got to get one. There we go. Found one eventually in the pot graveyard over there. But there we go. That should be good enough to start off. So again, I'm just going to put some compost in. Use my dibber. I've probably lost the dibber. It's fallen off somewhere. Whoa! And my compost is falling over. There we go. Just loosen it out a bit. It's very light. Very light. Maybe that's a really good sign. Well, I suppose drainage and air can get to the roots, etc. You know. So it's certainly not a bad thing. Not from what I've heard, anyway. Right. So I'm going to make a big enough hole for the end of it. It's probably a bit deep. Plenty of room to fit those roots in without squashing them down. Right. And it goes. And just sit in there. I'm just going to press it in lightly. I'm just going to fill the area around it with compost. Again, I'm just going to water this in. I don't mind if there's a bit of compost around it, that's fine. Leaves are surprisingly powerful and they find their way to the light, so it's growing well in the water. It might be a little bit of a lull. Oops, the willow tree is trying to get in on the action. It might be a little bit of a lull between it now being switched to a different medium, so we'll see. But again, just watering that in and hopefully watching it take off. It'll be very interesting to see the results and see if I can actually eat any cabbage leaves from it, or will they be just teeny ones. Now, what I should have said when I was doing these also is I am a great believer in recycling. I recycle practically everything. In fact, the only thing I don't try and recycle is myself. Now, as far as recycling is concerned, obviously, as a gardener, you need something to indicate what it is. Now, you can put a sticker on there if it's indoors, and that'll help you. But if it's outdoors, obviously, if the rain gets to the sticker, it'll just wash away the ink, etc. You know what I mean? It'll get weathered, it'll get UV rays will attack it, who knows. So, yogurt pots, anything like that, if you cut them just straight down, clip them off, you can have a little homemade tag. And hey, we don't need any more plastics, so actually having a use for the plastics and not putting them in, because not everything gets recycled. When it goes to a recycling centre, unfortunately it doesn't. Some things don't, but still recycle all the time. But anyway, using them and then putting writing what it is with a permanent marker, a little small permanent marker, and then there you go. You don't need to buy those tags. Anything else? Right, so cabbage planted, everything planted. Oh, I want to say a big thank you to, it's a very, very new channel this, going like a month, or just slightly over a month. I want to say a big hello, a warm welcome to my new subscribers. Thank you very much. I appreciate you joining my gardening adventure. Hopefully you can teach me, I can help you along the way. That'll be wonderful, you know, because I'm learning as I go along, and I want you to try and learn from my mistakes so you don't have to make them yourself. A shout out to my gardening buddy Jimmy, Jimmy's Gardening Allotment. Thank you very much, Jimmy. I really appreciate your help and your advice. It's invaluable. Yeah, you know your stuff because gardening has been part of your life for most of your life, or maybe all of it. Maybe you were born gardening. But thank you, big thank you to you. Right, so there we go. I'm very excited. I've got more things to grow or to plant tomorrow, more experiments that I'm going to do. I'm hopeful about this now that I have the compost, so that I will start to see more and more grain. I will give you a pumpkin update. The other pumpkin plants, I'll show you them tomorrow as well. So nothing left to say, but in a shorter video today because I wasn't doing digging. I like to do things in real time. I've tried to do it speeded up. It looks like a slapstick comedy movie, so I don't know. Let me know what you think, if you want me to speed up certain sections or whatever. Right, so, in the meantime, everybody, well, first of all, it's goodbye from the Wannabe Gardener. Keep the fingers green, and I'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves. What you should see now is a selection of the videos that I've done to date. They'll be up there in playlists for you to have a look at if you enjoyed this one. Take care until next time. See you then. Bye-bye.